I'm Melody Burnett, Visit High Point President. I'm so delighted that you can join us today. I'm also joined by our gracious host, Candace Humphrey and Brandi Humphrey with Q's Corner, this wonderful facility that's hosting us today. Thank you so much for doing that. I want to recognize two of my staff members. I have Christina Payne, our Business Development Manager, and Nancy Bowman, our Director of Sales and Marketing. So thank you for helping us today as well. I also want to recognize our elected officials. We have Commissioner Carvina Foster, who's also a Visit High Point Board member. We also have Councilwoman Monica Peters. Thank you so much. And our brand new City Manager, Tasha Logan Ford. I know you're not elected, but we are so delighted to have you as well. I also want to recognize any other Visit High Point Board members that may be here. I see a couple. If you want to raise your hand, I see Luke Tillery, I see Pete Fish. Thank you so much for your support today. Most of all, I want to thank our media. You guys do such a good job of covering High Point, and there's a lot of good news to cover, as good news is coming out every day, so thank you for that. Before we dive into our good news, I want to give you all an overview of our work at Visit High Point, because I think this is really important for you to know. Our organization has been in existence for 38 years, and initially we were tasked to promote and encourage economic development in High Point through travel and tourism. And we were always recognized in the community that puts heads in beds. And over time, the community just needed more from us, and our stakeholders reached way beyond our hotel partners. We value our transactional work of putting heads in beds and increasing our visitor economy through those room nights. However, we're also charged with enhancing visitor experience, also marketing the city as a destination, as well as managing placemaking, where our partners around the table in economic development can leverage the economic development competitive attributes as a city for us to increase our ORI in our missions. Our stakeholders are more so diverse than ever before, that go well beyond just our hotel partners. We partner with realtors, designers, sports clubs, attractions, restaurants, furniture stores, retail, you name it, and the list keeps growing. And historically, an attractor like Q's Corner may not have been a traditional partner for us. However, today, the lines between community and commerce are less defined. So stakeholders now include our local residents, as we strive for them to view our work as a shared community value. The announcements that we will make today will benefit visitors and locals alike. Our mission that we adopted just last year in June is to position High Point as a vibrant destination that visitors will enjoy and that locals will want to promote. So keep that in mind. Placemaking involves three important attributes. First, we have to think about aesthetics, our social offerings, and of course, how open we are in our community. And when I visit a place like Q's Corner, it truly is a catalyst that encompasses all of those attributes. So today, I want to publicly congratulate Q's Corner as they have obtained their designation as a certified autism center recognized by the International Board of Credentialing and Continuing Education Standard, also known as Ibcces. Ibcces is the only entity in the world that provides this specialized training to professionals in business, education, and healthcare to service and program to individuals who are living on the autism spectrum. By obtaining this certification, it inspired our organization at Visit High Point to also obtain this designation, as we too have completed and are now North Carolina's first destination marketing organization, or DMO as we like to call ourselves, to become a certified autism center through Ibcces, and furthermore, we are the first ones on the East Coast as well. That's okay. Our Visit High Point organization, including our staff and our board members, invested in this first important step in training and was quickly reminded that individuals who are living with an autism spectrum disorder, also known as ASD, can be challenged when planning and enjoying travel, leisure, entertainment, and recreation. The most profound statistic we learned in our training is that 1 out of 54 children are diagnosed with ASD, and is the fastest growing diagnosis trend, increasing at a rate of 600%. It's pretty profound. According to the CDC, the statistic in North Carolina of 8-year-olds who are diagnosed with ASD is 1 in 39 children. So this snapshot alone tells us that most likely we know someone who may be raising a child with ASD. It could be your neighbor, it could be your friend, your coworker, family member, and they too are looking for leisure experiences, travel, entertainment for their family. They may be hesitant to fully engage in the community, as well as an additional visitor experience outside of their community. We want to give our visitors and our residents the confidence in our experiences here in High Point. Therefore, Visit High Point is challenging our hospitality community to join us, as well as Q's Corner, to seek autism training through Ibcces, so High Point can become the first certified autism destination. Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing. Ibcces has this accredited designation for our hospitality community outlined in their training and programming, where other destinations such as Mesa, Arizona, and Visalia, California, are embarking on this journey as we speak. The goal will be another placemaking win for High Point that sends a welcoming message to individuals with ASD, as well as expanding social offerings within our community. So how did we get here? Because I didn't just dream this up. Nancy Bowman and I were listening to a podcast last year about February of 2020, and we were listening to the journey of the DMO president at Mesa, Arizona, who was seeking to obtain this certification autism destination designation through Ibcces. We thought that was a really interesting story, and of course he had a personal connection. He had just had a less than positive experience on vacation with his son who's on the autism spectrum, and that really spurred that particular movement for him to then connect with Meredith from Ibcces. Ironically, within that very week, I received a phone call from Commissioner Carvina Foster, and she alerted me of Q's Corner, who had just recently opened, and she said, Candace needs your help. She's receiving more visitor patrons than local patrons, and she needs to know how to service them and take advantage of your tools and resources. Well, I make it a habit anytime that Commissioner Foster calls me. I usually schedule post-haste and follow up. So I think within the next day I visited with Candace and was truly just blown away by what she has curated here at Q's Corner. So with our tour, meeting with Candace, and that very fresh podcast information of already knowing the partner that we needed to partner with and already knowing the hurdles that was laid out in front of us, there was no doubt that this was serendipitous and that we have to go ahead and take advantage. This is a great fit for High Point. So I've already mentioned Commissioner Carvina Foster a couple of times now, so I wanted to give her the opportunity to come to the podium. She is also our Visit High Point board member, and I just say she's really gifted at connecting resources and people within the community, so thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. It is indeed an honor to be here this afternoon to just have a few words on behalf of this momentous occasion at Q's Corner. Humans are made to live and work with others in a community where all can thrive. Q's Corner, without a doubt, offers the opportunity for many children and families to experience a sense of self-discovery, a connection with others, to celebrate values and successes, and thrive. Now, my kinship with Candace and William began years ago through their respective families with whom I hold friendships. But I became intimately acquainted with Candace, William, and Q's Corner back in 2019. I visited Q's Corner and was so amazed at the facility and all that it had to offer all children. I brought my granddaughter here and she absolutely loves it. Candace's vision, her motivation, which was her son Quentin, and her commitment to creating a judgment-free zone for children and families of all ability levels to learn, relax, and play was so inspiring to me. And yes, it absolutely made me want to help open doors for Q's Corner to be able to impact lives in this community and beyond. So believing that the quality of a community is dictated by the degree of engagement and happiness individuals can draw from community interactions, you heard I made the call to Melody, who reached out to Candace to help her connect her to resources both in the High Point community as well as outside of High Point. I am so delighted that Visit High Point is joining Q's Corner in obtaining their Certified Autism Center training. And as a Visit High Point board member, I am very proud to say that I received my certification with a score of 95 out of 100. And I do see great value in hospitality partners joining the commitment to become trained to welcome and accommodate visitors, families, and children who are living on the autism spectrum. Becoming educated and gaining understanding is a smart decision and powerful tool to connect us all to everything in our city. This important step will add another attractable selling point for our city as well as Guilford County to work, play, and stay. So thank you, Candace, William in his absence, and Brandi for making Q's Corner another success story in High Point.
You've only done that a time. Is this your first time doing this? Just once, twice, 10? The next individual I'd like to call and introduce is our new city manager, Tasha Logan Ford. We in the community still refer to her as new. She's been with us since July. In her short 4 months, she has really hit the ground running. And I'll go ahead and tell you, she too has taken the certified autism training. I don't know when you found the time, but I appreciate you doing that for us. Please, if you'll come up and say.
Melody, thank you for that. Melody talked about how she responds with haste when Commissioner Foster reaches out. I found that I respond with haste when Melody reaches out as well. My name is Tasha Logan Ford. I am the city manager for High Point, and I'm pleased to join Visit High Point staff and the board to represent High Point as we take these first steps to become a certified autism destination. Melody shared with you I completed my training. She sent it one day, and I think it was done the very next day, and she sent me back a note saying that she was surprised.
What was your score?
I think I was somewhere around 95 as well. I'm going to let Commissioner Foster have that. You know, there's a little competition there. But the reason that I took the certification was because I have a nephew. He's 27 years old. And he is autistic, he's on the spectrum as well. And I remember being in an airport with him, and my sister had given all of us bracelets with a puzzle piece on it. And as we were traveling through the airport, he was scared to get on the escalator, and I had no idea that it would manifest in that way. But there was another parent that was there in the airport. She had on a bracelet with a puzzle piece as well. And she came and she says, "Do you need some help?" And she helped me and my nephew navigate our way through the airport, through the escalators, and through a lot of the different sounds that were going on so that we could get to our next flight. So for me, what the certification means is that people know that they are welcome here in High Point. And when I think about the vision of the city of High Point, about creating a safe, livable, prosperous community where everyone thrives, it's about more than just saying those words, but it's actions like this that bring it into reality for so many people that live here and work here. So Melody, thank you for this. Thank you for your foresight and for the partnerships of including the city in this endeavor.
Thank you very
very much. I'd also like to introduce Andre Neighbors with Visit North Carolina. He's joined us today. He is the Visit NC Partner Trade Relations Manager. That's a great title, and I have no idea what your job description must be like with that kind of title. But anyway, we lovingly know you in High Point as the one that just connected High Point Museum with the Grammy Museum and curated such a fantastic exhibit with the John Coltrane photography exhibit curated through Chuck Stewart. So that's just one of many things that you do for us, and we're glad you could be here today. Come on up.
Melanie, I have no idea what that title does for me either. Basically, it's everything that no one else in the office wants to do. It comes over to me. But anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you for having me here again. My name is Andre Neighbors. I'm a partner and industry relations manager with Visit North Carolina. We're a unit of what is now the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina. So glad to be here. It looks like we have another first, and I'll get into that one a little bit later about the first. But so at Visit NC, our mission is to unify and lead the state in positioning North Carolina as a preferred destination for travelers and film production and maximize economic vitality statewide. So probably don't need to tell you guys, North Carolina has such a rich history. We have so many things to offer visitors and residents throughout the state, and including the great attractions, now that I know about another one here, in High Point. So this initiative that you guys have taken on is just another great example of taking the necessary steps for accessibility and inclusivity, and something that's very, very important to us at Visit NC as well. And we definitely applaud your leadership in making this happen. As DMOs, we tend to really focus on marketing, social media, heads in beds. What are the things that we need to do to get people here? But a lot of DMOs nowadays are actually taking a more of a leadership initiative on product development. I mean, if you want to get heads in beds, you have to have a good product for people to come see and experience. And again, really applaud High Point for taking that leadership role as well. So not only do I believe this initiative sheds that light on the community for visitors that are looking to make High Point as a destination for visitation, but I think it also provides a sense of pride for the community. I think that's been expressed thus far. And taking that role that this is a safe place, that this is an inclusive place for all travelers and all visitors to come and partake in. So, and again, I want to thank the Visit High Point team for taking the leadership in that as well. So again, we applaud the leadership efforts of Visit High Point, and I think this is a great opportunity to be able to share the wonderful experiences that all can afford here in the High Point area. And so on another note there, so I'll put the notes away, and just to say, it's just such a wonderful opportunity that, North Carolina, we're the first. We had a campaign we call First at Last. It's the first experience that you've ever had in North Carolina. That experience that lasts, that takes you for a lifetime. We're now the first certified autism center in North Carolina, first on the East Coast. We're going to be able to provide some great experiences, and I think High Point is just going to be the leader in other DMOs taking on that role as well. So kudos to the city, kudos to the Visit High Point team, and we look forward to continuing our partnership with Visit High Point and the city of High Point as well, and all the other destinations here within the area. So thank you for having me.
So all three of our speakers have linked us citywide, countywide, and statewide, so we're glad to be able to open those doors for all three. Next, I'd like to introduce our gracious host today. Brandi Humphrey is our General Manager of Q's Corner. Would you like to come up and say a few words?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandi Humphrey, and I am the General Manager for Q's Corner. On behalf of our team and our owner, Candace Hayes, we would like to thank Visit High Point, Ibcces, city leaders, and many members of the tourism industry and media who are represented here today. Q's Corner mission is directed towards helping our most vulnerable population, those with mental and physical challenges. By providing an inclusive sensory-based gym where families of all ability levels can have a place to be free and have fun in our no judgment zone. Our organization was founded with the direct intent to provide families with a place to call their own and allow their loved ones to gain social, recreational, and therapeutic experience. Q's Corner wants every family in need of our facility to be able to live in a community where they are judged less and accommodated more, not required to fit in, but accepted for standing out. Through our Community Alliance program, we will be able to foster an inclusive community with the help of the great city of High Point, providers, local businesses in various industries, law enforcement, educators, and parent advocates. We would like to personally acknowledge our first community partner level sponsor, WRLP, the Welfare Reform Liaison Project. Because of their support, we were able to provide full scholarships to families with financial needs at Q's Corner. We will now have two families to share with you from differing perspectives on what a community would feel like to their families. I first would like to introduce Brian Canada, who's the loving father of Julia, and he's a local business owner for Juju Trees. And Brian?
My name is Brian Canada. I have a 5-year-old nonverbal autistic daughter. And we came to Q's the week after they opened. And this place you guys have no idea what this place does for families. We can't take our daughter to normal parks. You can't take most autistic children to normal playgrounds or to atypical play centers because you don't have the ability to just let them go and run and be free. There's nothing like this around here. We didn't have the opportunity to be able to walk through the doors of a place like this and let your child be a child for the first time in their life. You don't know how much of a freedom that is, not only for the child, but for yourself as a parent. I'm probably going to go over my little 2 minutes, and if I do, I apologize. I talked to William for a long time that first day we were here. And talking to William that first day, we kept coming back. We kept bringing our daughter back. And I decided we have to do something more as a family. So we decided to take every egg that we had in our little baskets and put them all together, and we decided we're going to do something different. I've been a chef for 25 years. I've owned multiple restaurants, done consulting work. I stepped out in faith and said, we're going to open up a food truck. We're going to employ 10 to 15 individuals, and they're only going to be people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, like our 5-year-old nonverbal daughter, Julia. And if it wasn't for Q's and talking to William Hayes for that long, I don't think that inspiration would have came. And I don't want this to be city leaders standing up in front of a group of people saying good words. We don't need that. We have enough of that. We need the action behind it. We need that action. Good words are great, but when you see the light in the eyes of a child who has not had the ability to be free, to be included, once you see that, it will break your heart, and it will break you down as a human being to see that they can be on the same level and to know that there is a place for them. Q's is that place. We need cues in every city in this state. We need cues in every city in this country. But we're here in North Carolina. So I ask everyone, support cues. If there's a fundraiser for cues, take $1 out of your pocket. Help them out. Just be there, because this place right here has opened up a lot of dreams for a lot of parents. It might not look much, but this is Disneyland. To a lot of these kids, this is Disneyland. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Brian, for those heartfelt words. We now have Jason and Peyton Davis. They also are parents and clients of Q's Corner, proud parents of Jack, and local business owners of Collegiate Academic Support. You guys come.
I'm Jason. This is my very beautiful wife, Peyton. We got a 4-year-old nonverbal autistic boy named Jack. And he learned to jump right there. Yeah. Yeah, he said. You know, this is a really special place. I'm from High Point. My wife's from Connecticut. Don't hold that against her. She loves it here, and we're proud to be raising our little boy here. It's a great community. No, I'm just pointing it out. You know, also I get a lot of fun jumping on here too. So we really hope that this, well, let me back up. Congrats to Candace and everyone here for the honor, and it's, you know, so proud of you guys.
Yep.
I just hope, like you, echo that other businesses, whether it's restaurants or places to go get a haircut. Paul the other name for men. There's a guy named John who's the only person that's ever been able to cut Jack's hair. Works hard to have places where we can take our son, you can take your daughter, and we can just try to live our best life here.
Right.
I had a whole thing written, but I just threw it out the door when you came up here.
Thanks, Brian.
It's High Point's a special place, and it makes me really excited to see what the city's doing, our city's doing. You know, I'm the same age as your organization. I guess you were founded in '83. That's yeah, I've just been fighting back, not crying as well. This is a special place, and I look forward to seeing in the future the other, you know, businesses in town that also get this certification, and you know, hopefully by 14 years from now, when Jack's ready to work, that there are businesses in town that also will employ you know, special needs children, autistic children, or children with other special needs. So yeah, thanks for having us. Oh yeah, this is a great place to have birthday parties too, right here.
We had his 4th birthday party here, and Jack is privileged to go to 2 different types of schools, one more neurotypical and one special needs. And so we were able to invite children from both schools. And so not worrying about the neurotypical kids and worry that they're going to be bored or, you know, say this is stupid or whatever those kids typically, because they all talk, right? So, you know, it's a very special place for us. Candace and Brandi are very special to Jason and myself, just as parents and as business owners. And but yeah, more places like this would be fantastic. More places like Harris Teeter, who love us, and when Jack stims and, you know, does all the things, they're just like, hey guys, you know, happy Saturday. It's like no big deal to them. So more places that have staff who understand our special needs and maybe don't understand every day because they don't have a kid with special needs, but is able to, or are able to just wave and say hi and allow us to be exactly who we are. So, thank you guys very much for that.
Lastly, I want to introduce Meredith Tengen, who is the president with Ibcces. She's the one who has certified all of our good training and making this all possible. She is coming to us today from Florida. She already knew where High Point was located. I think you've had some coworkers already purchase some furniture here, so you get extra points for that. You want to come and close us out?
Happy to be here. I came in yesterday. I've been doing what I can to stimulate the local economy while I'm here. So it's been great working with Q's Corner with their certification and now with Visit High Point. Just to kind of take a step back, Ibcces is a credentialing board. We've been around for over 20 years and we have certificates in over 87 different countries worldwide. So I go all over the country, we travel all over the world, and High Point is a unique community. We do work with other communities, Mesa, Arizona, and a few others in California, Indianapolis, that are starting initiatives similar to this, or Mesa has completed a community-wide initiative. But unfortunately, it's still rather unique to have organizations, businesses, and community members come together to have a real focused effort on inclusion and accessibility and what that means. So more than just saying like, we're friendly, we want you to come here. That's great, but what does that mean? So with certification, what our programs are designed to do is provide empathy, understanding, tools, resources, tips and strategies for professionals in a variety of industries, right? So obviously with Visit High Point, we're focusing on recreation, hospitality, leisure activities. Every family deserves to have fun and make memories and feel comfortable doing so. Obviously, as we've heard today, that's so powerful. We also have programs for healthcare providers, emergency room physicians. Don't typically know much about autism or how to approach that scenario. Educators in the classroom or support staff, law enforcement, first responders, corporate neurodiversity. So how do we teach neurotypical people to be more inclusive in the workplace, whether that's somebody that has high support needs, or somebody that has what we would call low support needs. Steve Jobs is a famous example of someone that did quite fine, but still had those neurodivergent tendencies, all the way to the intersectionality of other disabilities and other needs. You might have someone who's nonverbal and autistic. They might also have anxiety. They might also use a wheelchair. So really what our programs are designed to do is not only to provide that knowledge and training, but the certification comes with support from our organization. It means you've met specific standards, and it means you're making a long-term commitment. It's not a one-time thing. So the organizations that we work with are required to do renewal training, ongoing professional development, and we keep in touch with them to make sure that we can provide supports for them. So it's really exciting that all this is coming together for High Point. Obviously, it's going to benefit residents and visitors, and it's a great differentiator for a community to say, hey, we're actually doing real things to make our community more inclusive, and we want you to visit. We have some specific, just one individual attraction that gets certified, and they see a triple-digit increase in their out-of-market guests coming to them because families and individuals want places to go, they want things to do. And a lot of it is just educating people who are neurotypical, who maybe don't have specific personal experience, opening their eyes, making them feel comfortable. Everybody wants to do a good job, but if they don't know what to do, sometimes they tend to hold back a little bit because they don't want to do the wrong thing. And we want to equip people to just be more open-minded and understanding and have some tools and techniques to feel comfortable. And then they can follow the parents' example. Or obviously, autism doesn't go away when you turn 18, so that adult's example as well. So we're really excited to be here. When you look at the impact of something like this, we shared the statistic, the CDC statistic is 1 in 54 children are diagnosed in the US with autism. That is a specific medical diagnosis that in some places takes over 18 months to receive, if you receive it at all. There is a lot of intersectionality with populations that are underrepresented or not included in those statistics. Women and girls, people of color, people who live in rural areas, people who don't have the financial means to pursue a diagnosis. So when we say 1 in 54, that's a very conservative number, and 1 in 6 people have a sensory need or sensitivity. So maybe they don't have autism, but some of these accommodations or some of these adjustments can be really beneficial for them. So that's Ibcces, that's why we're here. We're really excited to continue our partnership with the community of High Point to push the Certified Autism Destination Initiative forward. It will be very unique. It is the only community on the East Coast working toward this designation. first DMO on the East Coast earning this designation, so just really excited to be here. And I know it won't be my last visit to High Point, so very excited about that. Without further ado, I would just like to formally present Visit High Point and Q's Corner with their framed Certified Autism Center designations. And then I think Mel's going to wrap us up, so if you all could come up here. And with our credentials, a Certified Autism Center designation means that you have at least 80% or more of your staff trained and certified. We have a variety of training levels. So everybody in front.
Oh, yeah. Everybody else come in.
I'll get it back.
Yeah, just tell me where to go. Okay, great. All right, you ready? Smiling?
You can look right here for me, or you can look right there.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Look at me right here.
All right, then right here for me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much.
So just to say, the certification really does mean something. It means a lot to families and individuals that know about it. It means a lot that it's a long-term commitment. We're here to support the initiative. It's really important to have specific inclusive spaces like Q's Corner that are adaptive and accessible and welcoming for all needs. What we want to do with the Certified Autism Destination program is provide education and tools to as many places as possible. Hotels, restaurants, and eventually maybe expand that. But the idea is that if everybody has a little bit of knowledge and understanding specific to what their role is day to day, then every family can have a better experience, right? Because at the end of the day, we don't want to say, being inclusive doesn't mean having one day a month that, you can come visit somewhere.
There you go.
You want to go anytime, anywhere, and know at least you're going to be understood and welcomed. So again, really excited and proud of the community, and here to answer questions, but I'm going to turn it back over to Mel. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Thank you for coordinating this too, Nancy. Thank goodness, everybody needs a Nancy on their team to coordinate things. I tell you, or we wouldn't get pictures or anything done. As we're wrapping up our conference today, I want to let our partners know that Nancy and Meredith are going to be our points of contact if you want to get connected to get your certification. And we wanted to make it a no-brainer. I mean, this is going to be something easy and accessible and possible. Each partner will have different needs and training depending on their programming, their guest services roles, and all programs don't fit just one type. We'll find the right path for you. As we build our business plans and our budgets in the future, you can expect us to make some more announcements regarding this effort. We would like to strive to get our destination certification in 2022. We haven't put a tight date on that. We've talked with Meredith and she said it is a long-term goal, and we understand that. We want to continue to develop some tools and resources for our visitors, our locals, and our partners so we can all stay connected. Down the road in the next 2 years, we envision more marketing, maybe even some familiarization tours, getting educators and nurses on a bus so they can learn more about High Point to keep it top of mind as a destination. Brandi is going to lead our group and media and tours of the facility, as I hope you will take the time to soak it all in. It is quite a bit to soak in. It's just wonderfully curated and well done. I want to thank Nancy Bowman personally because she has organized this effort, and it's been a labor of love, and it's going to continue to be a labor of love for at least the next year, right? So thank you for coordinating that effort for us. But before we tour, I want to entertain any questions. Either I or Meredith might field those. Okay.
We did a good job.
We did a good job. With that said, we're going to try to wrap us up in an hour, which leaves a good 15-20 minutes to tour. So we're concluded. Enjoy.